Raised by Gen X Grouch here. On today's episode, I have this mid-1940s farmall H. Not sure the exact year, I haven't decoded the VIN yet. But I am going to redo the battery cables and see if I can get it running. Well, it's actually currently sprinkling. See if I can get it running after a rainstorm. Because this thing does not like to run after it rains for some odd reason. I'll get the battery cables off, and I'll meet you inside. Alright, so I'm inside now, after I got the cables off the tractor. This was the ground cable, not the best. So, I scrounged around, found some other cables I had laying around in here. And that's what you do when you gotta save money for an old tractor. Well, would like to save money for an old tractor, I should say. So I'm gonna cut that end off, put a new end on it, clean these cables up a little bit, possibly replace that, or just clean it. I haven't decided yet. This is the power cables that came off the tractor. So after I get the other cables cleaned up and cut to length, I'll be back. Okay, so I got the one of the cables here, cleaned up the end, and since this eyelet is the right diameter for this bolt, I'm not even going to trim the cable or anything like that. I'm just going to clean up this end and put a new bolt in it.
So if he has all the pieces, maybe, Steve, I'm just thinking, what, maybe we can make a Boss 351.
Okay, so thanks to my old man, I found some cables. I think they're off an old car, or diesel or something. This is why I never throws anything away for automotive. People picking on their old man or family members and all that for saving old vehicle parts is for an old tractor. It's good enough. It might not be good enough for a vehicle or something like that, but it's good enough for an old tractor. Because every single of these, not the ones that, all of these right here on this vise, I found over in his cable pile. With permission, I am able to use them for old tractor. So I'm going to use them for the old tractor. Why wouldn't I? And make every single cable the exact same color. Because that confuses people. And that's what I like to do. If it's in the right orientation and you look, like per se, you have one cable going from battery to ground, battery to power, hook it up. Well, I cleaned this up, cleaned the inside out, made it round again, put some heat shrink on it. The heat shrink is specifically to make me feel better about it. And this cable is now ready for use. All I had to do was make that round again, clean it up. I didn't have to spend any money on this, and I had the bolt back in the bolt bin, so I'll take that as one cable down for free. A little bit of time put into it. I got this other cable set up here. The reason I'm using this one is because this already has an end on it. I don't think I have any. So I cut the other end off because the hole was too big for the stud that it goes on. So what I'm going to do is get one of these other ends here, put it on, smash it, crimp it, and then put heat shrink over it here and right there, clean that up, put a new bolt through it, call it good. So these new boards here, somebody informed me you always use a leather glove to wipe them off when you get them out of a pile because of splinters and other stuff like that. That could possibly hurt when you go to install it or use it in wherever you need to use it. So, and also that right there, that is a newer board, the spacing, that is, what's the terminology for that?
New growth.
Yeah, new growth wood.
Definitely not old growth.
The old growth is really close together wood grains, and that is the strongest wood that you could possibly get.
See this crap?
Yeah, that right there, that is not good. The old growth doesn't have that either. That's mainly new growth. That is a weak spot in the board. Alright, so I got this crimped here. All I did was I opened that, put it in there, smacked the top with a hammer. So now, I need to put heat shrink over it, clean that up, and should be good to use. I'm not sure who told me or anything like that, but I figured out the best way you can clean and resharpen your files. You're not really resharpening them, you're just cleaning them really well. Get a piece of brass or bronze or something around that same hardness. Then you got your cross hatching on your file, and you just find it and you go along it. Yes, it takes a little bit, but and the farther you go, the more that brass or material that you're using forms to the cut of the file, and the longer you do it, the farther the brass gets down in there. Yes, you can use a file card, brush, whatever, but that doesn't seem to clean the file out as well as this would. Yes, it cleans it out, but not as good. So figured I'd throw that in for a little tip. Well, I got both of those made. Well, I say made. They're cleaned up. So now all I need to do is work on this blue cable, which it's cracked as well, and I'm sure there's corrosion in there. So what I'm going to do is this cable here in my hand, I'm going to make it a little bit shorter than that one, put two ends on it, and call it good. Well, looks like to me I just had enough supplies to get this done. So, I'll meet you back out at the tractor to put them on. Back out here at the tractor. And, got the negative cable on here. There's no need for this cable to be this long unless I want to relocate the battery somewhere else. But just within a couple hours it quit raining, and it got extremely humid out here. Hot. It was really nice earlier when it was raining, sprinkling, cloud cover. But now it's hot, humid, and just downright sucks out here. But it could be a lot worse, and also a lot better. I like it when it's a lot better, not a lot worse. Which I'm sure everybody does with the temperatures and heat and humidity and all that. So that's on there, not tight, of course. I guess I cleaned up the wrong side. Oh well, I'll just turn it and put it on there like that. And I'll be back when those two cables are on, which those two are the positive side. One goes from the battery to the back of that push button, and then from that push button to the starter. Well, I got the negative cable here looping around, going back because it's too long. It was already pre-made. And this one is looped up. It's to be out of the way of the clutch pedal, and then up and hooked there. The other one is looped down, and it's just pushed over there right now to get it over there, because I need to go over there and hook it up to the starter. I just looped this side and called it good, because that isn't going to hurt anything being looped like that, and it won't get caught in anything. So over to here, this is the cable that goes to the starter. All it'll do is go on that stud, and that'll be tightened. So I'll be back after that's on there. Okay, well that's on there. Let's turn on the gas here. Distributor and everything should be okay. Should be perfectly fine. Turn the key on. Choke it. Well, that helped a lot. The new cables. Wow. That is almost too surprising. It used to sit here and crank for a minute max or minimum. Huh. Who would have thought that new battery cables would help an old thing like this run? Now that one has a magneto. That farmall there has a magneto, so there's that. And then that parts one, it's just locked up. Locked up tighter than tick. So hopefully everybody has a good day, and I thought this video was going to be longer than this, but apparently not. And if you like the content, please like, subscribe, it really helps the guy out, and share. And leave a comment if you like it, or want a different, I don't know, different variety of something to a point. Different variety of content or anything like that. So really appreciate it if you would like, subscribe, and share it to other people that would enjoy this content. Anyway, have a great day, everybody.